Hi, Kirsten. We're doing a topic on death penalty. Do you believe that people commit crimes so heinous that they should be executed?
I think it depends on circumstance. I don't know. Difficult topic. Talk about controversial. Yes, I believe there are certain circumstances that would be the answer.
Which cases do you think someone should be executed for their crimes?
Well, if you have a situation where the whole world is afraid of one person for something that they did to another person or a group of people, like say a Paul Bernardo or that guy with the pig farm. I forget what his name is. And like the whole world is up in arms about them being alive, then maybe it's just easier to put them to death.
How do you feel about executions being televised?
Personally, I wouldn't want to watch anyone die, but then I have the option to change the channel, I guess, because we don't live in a world where the government controls so much that they make somebody's death be on every channel of the TV. But I think that you should have the freedom to do what you want to do, and if that's watch someone die because it makes you feel better, then good, but there better be other stuff on TV or whatever medium we're using so that we have options.
What are your views on giving a last meal to a person about to be executed?
I don't think they deserve it. If they're on death row, they're on death row because they did something horrible and a whole bunch of people want them dead. So why would you give them pleasure? Obviously, they're so twisted that they got pleasure out of whatever it was they did. So that should be their last pleasure.
Which forms of execution are you most in favor of?
I think we should go back to burning at the stake.
And why is that?
Just because from what I hear, it's the most painful form. And if you're going to make someone die, why wouldn't you make it the most painful form? Because obviously they've caused a lot of pain in whatever they've done.
How do you feel about the affected people by the criminals being allowed to watch the executions?
Again, if they want to, they should have that option. But if they don't want to, they shouldn't be forced to.
Do you think that the death penalty should be legalized in Canada?
Sure, why not?
And why do you believe it should?
Well, I mean, we're kind of the peacemaker, which I guess legalizing the death penalty kind of goes against. But we're trying to legalize a lot of other things that are good. So if somebody thinks the death penalty is good and enough people are in that demographic, I think they should get their way and prove why it's a good thing.
How is the death penalty effective to deter others from committing horrible crimes?
Well, if they chose to burn people that were so screwed up that they deserve the death penalty, would you really want to be burned alive? Because I wouldn't.
Should criminals be tortured and then executed, or just quickly executed?
Well, again, burning is not a quick form of execution. But I think maybe they should be able to choose the way they die. I mean, they killed someone, so they chose how that person died.
Do you think other people, like the victims or victims' families, should decide?
Maybe that should be a clause. I think they should even be forced to die in the way they committed the murder.
How do you feel about executions being recorded and the victims or victims' family having the option to have a copy of it?
Well, the victim having a copy of it would be kind of redundant because they'd be dead. But, and I don't think the victim's family, regardless of how heinous the crime is, I think there's something in us that always makes us stand up for family. And so I don't think there's a point to them having a copy either. But certainly they should have that option.
Awesome. Thank you so much.
You're welcome.